Has this gone lower? Have people been messing? People been messing all the time. Messing with stuff. Still sweaty from Friday. Person. Good morning people. Good morning. It's a bit cold with this door open. Jeez, it's raining. Are you ready for violence? Are you ready for violence? I haven't had my coffee, my second coffee of the day, and that always makes me feel poop. Coffee is life. Have we all had an excellent November? Going into December, strong, fit and well. Never put my right arm on first, that feels proper strange. Or do I? I don't know. 9 people. I swear, the action will soon begin. Let's try to get my mammoth hands into these small gloves. Oh. We're in. Ooh, there she is. What are we all up to today? This is the month we get subscribers to 1,000. We're 105 away. Supposed to do more last week, but again, life's very busy in the run up to Christmas, so Jake Paul or Anthony Joshua, I don't really care. Should be Joshua, it's lose-lose for him either way. If he knocks out Jake Paul, then yeah, of course. If he doesn't, then he's going to look like a bum. So yeah, it's one of them. Alex and Harry, yes. Shout out to Alex and Harry. How are we? Yeah, it should be Joshua. Gone Balls. Hello, sir. Who are Alex and Harry? And my main issue with the whole Joshua Paul thing is, not the weekend just gone, the weekend before, we had an amazing boxing card with all the young guns, winning titles, defending titles, smashing all the old boys, with incredible displays of boxing. And we're all talking about Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua, rather than Benavidez, Rodriguez, Mason. Look, great card, not enough talk about it. Great fights. Ben Whittaker on the weekend just gone. With a good knockout. You know, Fraser Clark losing. Interesting stuff going on. Moses Atama fighting soon, and we're still all talking about Jake Paul. So yeah, it's a shame, but whatever. Stupid sales. December 1st though, have we all had our advent calendars? I haven't watched all of them. Ben Whittaker looked good, you know, against a lesser opponent, but did look good. Worth a watch. Much less showboaty. Not that I mind him being showboaty, but kind of down to business. Really sound fundamentals. Good footwork, good distance control. Nice like jab feints all the time. Yeah, good watch. Clark. The Clark fight is interesting to watch. I mean, it's pretty. I wouldn't say bog standard boxing, but not too technical or anything. They're kind of average heavyweights. But to see him lose against, you know, nobody really interested. It's probably the end of his hopes and aspirations. But I haven't really seen any of the others. Someone in here was saying, can't remember his name, tall ginger lad. A good fight, just standing through each other and banging. Full on miss. What do we want to see today? Do give us a subscribe and a like. We are pushing. This is the month. 1,000 people listening to nonsense from me. Why should you subscribe? I've got loads of videos already on the page that should help you box. And fucking why not, man? Why not? Are they? Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Dave Allen versus TKV, yeah, I suppose so. You should take on Jake Paul pretty easily, but also today's Anthony Joshua is not the Anthony Joshua of old. He should absolutely spank Jake Paul. I'm not saying he should get anywhere near him, but Jake Paul, he's got a good jab and his cross is okay. He's got power in his right hand. You know, nowadays Joshua is kind of a bit timid, but yeah, it should be cakewalk for him, absolutely. Thank you, Gumballs. Absolute cakewalk. John Cena or Michael Jordan. Bro, he got destroyed by Francis. Who? Joshua? No, Joshua went out and slapped Ngannou about, didn't he? Again, this is my thing with Ngannou, everyone goes on about him. For 90% of his UFC career, he was rubbish. Great power, terrible fighter. He was crap. He's not that good. Ngannou's not that good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it should be over in 1 or 2. Absolutely. I think if he can just jab and cross, like big jabs, and then a big bang, and he's crossing downwards, always more power when you punch down, he should end Jake Paul. And when you look at Jake Paul's, it is a career, the only boxer he's fought in prime boxer, he lost because he can't deal with the jab. I'm Step, okay. I mean, yeah, maybe. To prove it, to fix it, I've said before, fixing fights is hard to do. It's always glaringly obvious, and I don't think any of Jake Paul's fights are fixed. He's just fighting people who are past it, and he's a young athletic kid. Skills are wicked. When you have lost your edge or lost your pop and taken a lot of damage, you're not the boxer that you used to be, all MMA guy. He's also not for boxers. But yeah, he's got a puncher's chance. Overrun right, I suppose, might hit Joshua. Whether it hurts him or not, probably not. He's been hit by bigger boys for longer, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Stingaling, how are we? Yeah, being jacked also doesn't win you fights at all. Stupid. Muscles don't win fights. This is what wins you fights. Being a smart boxer. My main issue with AJ is that he was never really a complete boxer, a great athlete. Moved well beyond the jab, had big power in his right hand, but he's much more of an athlete than a boxer. His points in his career has been too big and too stiff. Yeah. Can you beat it? No. Absolutely can't. But Gaethje being the underdog seems like. It's just what's the one? Elia's not fighting until whatever. Gaethje doesn't really deserve to be in there. Paddy's on the rise. Who else is at lightweight? Islam's messing about with all the belts and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know. The UFC is in dire straits at the minute. It's really bad. Really crap. Very few active fighters, very few active champions, too many people in the sport. No one wants to fight because there's no money in it. No, if they were regularly getting, I know, put it this way, their highest paid athlete this year or last year was Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland, their highest paid athlete. Because he fights so often. Name another guy who fights as often as him. Also, Kevin Holland is average, you know. No, it's not. It's not. I'd say a sweet spot for UFC was probably 2008 to 2016. That was probably the sweet spot. It's where it was firing on all cylinders. It used to be the best. Best sport in the world. It used to be a very exciting sport to watch. But the wrestle-heavy approach that Nick Diaz called out many, many moons ago is slowly coming to fruition. Just pinning it out. They need to bring back Pride's yellow card. That's sorted out straight away. And then all the, what's the percentage at the minute? The FBI investigation into gambling, showing how many UFC fights are fixed, which you can fix a UFC fight, an MMA fight, much easier than a boxing match. There's one. Doing that, look, squeezing my hands through my gloves to make my wraps feel comfortable. If according to the theory of Jake Paul fixing his fights, that's what was it, Tyron Woodley? That was the signal. Fucking hell, man. 2004 was Golden Era UFC. 2004, yeah? Yeah, you mean pre Ultimate Fighter 1. Yeah, for me it's kind of I probably started watching it around then as well. And for me, that kind of post-tough one with Anderson Silva coming in. The buyout of, was that the buyout of Pride? It was around then when it 2009 and the WEC, and everyone came together. That's when it was its best. You suddenly had Vanderlei, Rampage, Henderson, anybody who was in there. It was great. I'm too stale. Promote UFC brand over fighters. Yeah. There's no. I mean, I like McGregor when he came out on the scene. I thought it was very funny, tongue in cheek. Then he started to turn into what he is now, a bit of an arsehole. Undeniable how his talent, though, you know. Apart from never defended a belt. But yeah, but everyone knew he was. Everyone knew who he was. And Ronda Rousey just before that. Chuck Liddell well before that too. But now, like, who's the guy really? Do they have a name? All their names, their household names, are still Conor McGregor, who's not there. John Jones, who's not there. Who's their guy at the minute? But the other side of it, I saw a video. What's it called? Basically, it's zeitgeist. Zeitgeist has changed now, so commonality amongst society. So everyone would know Conor McGregor, or before that, Mike Tyson. You know, all this stuff because we had one point of influence: the TV, radio, one radio channel, one sports channel, all this stuff, right? When something big happened, everybody saw it, saw the same thing. Whereas now, with stuff like this, you've got 500,000 voices, opinions, and whatnot coming in your face straight away. There is no common zeitgeist anymore. Tony Hawk's 1 and 2 video games, everybody played them. Who's my age? And it exploded. Jackass. The 1999 WWF, Stone Cold and The Rock. What else was there? All those kinds of things. That doesn't happen anymore. So it's partly because right up to like 2016, when did Instagram really start taking off? And people using it for business and all that? 2014? So now you've got a real fractured worldview. It's also even smaller than ever because of the algorithm. So it's strange. They might never have a household name again. Never have a household name again. There'll be a household name for the fans. But, you know, you could walk in. My mum would know who Conor McGregor is. She hates fighting. Should have no. I would have never spoken about Conor McGregor with her. I don't live with my mum, so. Now we're talking Diamond Dallas Page. We're talking Dricus du Plessis. How not to push punches. So you got to punch through the bag, right? But everyone tries it and they do hit and push. That's and push. It is about retracting the punch fast. So I want to hit, I want to fully commit to my technique through the punch and then retract fast. You can't, this bag isn't the best bag to do it on because it's 100 kilos and it's rock hard. This is a heavy bag, heavy bag. But if you film yourself training, which I highly recommend you do, you should hit the bag and the fist indents the bag first and then the bag moves. So you're not pushing it. A push is different. But that snap, bang, that's all about your impact. Not push, I want an impact. Be a whip, not a bar. So I'm going to whip my shots into the bag. Let's say I'm going to push through with a jab, I'm going to hit and snap through with a jab cross, or just a jab. So I don't want my jab to be here and push. So I'm pushing there, and that's a push. Okay, that's a push. Right, that's still a push. So I want to go, okay? See, the bag doesn't move much. But the force applied is 10 times. It's tenfold. Now, one thing to do, stay loose, do all the technical work. I've got a video about increasing your punch power straight away by whipping through shots. That noise, or bah, bah, or whatever noise you make, that should keep you sharp. So that should keep you punching that speed in that way. You can't go and push. Your brain doesn't like it. Same with the jab cross. Okay, same thing. and I'm whipping through my technique and bringing it back fast. But I'm not being so concerned about getting hit, so tentative about getting hit, that I rush the pullback and don't fully commit to the shot. Like that. You see that all the time. Okay? I'm hardly moving through my technique. I'm so worried about getting hit and coming back to my face straight away. The best way to slow people down is to punch them. The second best way is to defend really, really well. Now, you still need ungodly defense, ungodly good defense, but you can't be worried about being hit. You want everything to be in place with your timing and your ring IQ and all that, which is a different story. But everything needs to be in place to hit, so that you're hitting them at the best possible opportunity for making big damage on them and staying safe for yourself. Okay? So I don't want to get into the habit of going, okay? Because I'm not hitting with anything. They're going to walk through that and smash me. So I need to make sure, still with the same idea of speed, I commit to the technique. Okay? Punching with intent as well. I want to be fast, I need to hurt them, and I want to hurt them. It's just what I do. It's a mindset thing. But yeah, that's how you stop pushing the bag and punch the bag properly. It's also how you become a knockout artist. It's Muhammad Ali's best knockouts, you know, when he's... It's just because the people didn't see him. He swings his punches, throws his punches so smooth and relaxed and accurate, people didn't even see him. So he'd go bang, and that would be about the power of his right hand. They'd be walking onto it too, but he'd be right on the button and they didn't see it. Bosh. Yeah, bulldozer is having it. I'm going to bulldoze it again in a minute. I can show you how to do a triple jab. Now, I like to jab from here, okay? But I'll jab from here, I will jab from anywhere, I ain't bothered. But, a few ways of doing it. I'm going to stay loose in the shoulder, so my jab powers in the rear shoulder and the rear foot. I slightly pull the rear shoulder back as I push through the rear foot and slam my front shoulder into the back. Okay? Now I need to do that 3 times. Okay? It's about being loose. If I try and do that tense, I'm going to go and it's not going to be fast enough. Nothing wrong with that. Now, to do a triple jab on the spot is rare, but it can work, especially good if you're trying to annoy an opponent. So you're here, okay? Fine, good way of doing stuff, good to blind them and then hit them to the body after or something like that. But my favourite way of using a triple bag is to move behind it. Triple bag. A triple jab is to move behind it. So I like to, and I teach a lot of the guys in here, to step as you jab. Now, going to my left is more dangerous than going to my right, because if I'm fighting someone who's in a conventional orthodox stance, I'm going into their power hand. So I have to stay the same distance away from the bag. If I do this, and get closer to the bag, overhand right is going to take me out. So I need to make sure that my jab stays the same. One thing people do not practice is traditional boxing footwork. Walking around the bag this way, okay? All I'm going to do, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, okay? Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right? When practiced and smoothed out, I'm going to go, there's a triple jab. What's good about that is hopefully if they're doing this, I've just jabbed their right hand 3 times, it makes safe passage to my left. Okay? Now I'm here, ready to punch again. Going the other way always feels more clunky, but you go, okay, with the right foot. Right foot, left hand, right foot, left hand. And then after. Make sense? Hi, how are we, Carlos? I am from You'll do nothing. I am from Kidderminster in the UK, which is in between Worcester and Birmingham. But yeah, triple jab, stay loose in the shoulder. I think not all these punches. If you're doing a triple or a double jab, my argument is you're probably not going to try and knock them out with it. So you're using it as a distraction to do something else. And if you're not thinking ahead with your boxing, you're missing a trick. So I do, let's say, a triple jab, pat, 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 cross underneath. And I'll do a triple jab, pads bag people's faces, and people go, why aren't you jabbing properly? That's all you need. That's the big shot. That's the big shot. That's the big shot. Okay? Enough to distract and then hit him with something else. Try that again in English, boss. I didn't see what the comment was. What weight are you? You should never ask an attractive woman her weight. But I'm not sure. I think I am between 80 and 85 kilos at the minute, but I'm not entirely sure. What weight are you? Nothing wrong with being casual. Everyone starts somewhere. Thank you. Thanks for the question. My main issue with casuals is that a lot of times they'll talk shit online to anybody about how good they are at fighting. So they'll give their opinion, which might be ill-informed about boxing, MMA, whatever, because they haven't done a lot or they're a new fan, which is fine. That's how we all start. But then someone says no, blah, blah, blah. Then they go, yeah, but I'll fight you, bro, or whatever, which I have on here all the time. You'll do nothing. Here's a Conor McGregor quote. I think I saw snippets of that. When they're like 6'6", big old dude. Random existence. How are we? Good to see you again. The best argument for the whole sporting debate on trans versus cis, what's that they call it? I don't fucking know. Is that you don't see women coming into men's sports and dominating, and proof is in statistics, and there's always an anomaly. There hasn't been an anomaly yet, but at all levels, it seems like to me, I have not heard of a woman transitioning into a man to then come into a male-dominated sport and win. But it's okay for men to do it the other way around. Men transition into women, go into women's sports and dominate. That's all right. I am 6'6" and 28 stone. Do you watch UFC? Yeah, I used to watch it. This year I've really been falling off it. Just something about this. Well, it's pretty much since they've gone ultra corporate. They brought in the corporate supreme overlords, and it doesn't have that thing, man. I don't know what it is. The fight-ups are a bit crap. The matchups are a bit crap. The cards are mostly crap. The ones that you look forward to watching that are supposed to be good, something happens and they pants, and But then other than that, someone was saying it earlier. It's brand over the fighters now. It's the fighters that made the brand what they are. They're going a bit. I mean, they're in partnership with the WWE, aren't they? It's the WWE first, wrestlers second. So, a bit strange. I think they've got too many fighters. They've got too many inactive champions. Too many inactive fighters in general. No real draw or superstars. Because the next big thing, it's not even a fight that everyone's excited about. It's the fact that it's at the White House. No one cares about the fights or the fighters on it. They just care that it's at the White House. Who cares? It's probably going to have an awful card at the White House. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, Conor McGregor wants to be there. Who's he going to fight? Who? Michael Chandler? Yeah, but John Jones wants to be there. Who's he going to fight? Alex Pereira? What a load of tosh. What a load of absolute balls. And that's it. Name some other fighters that want to be there that will make an exciting fight. Pants. I used to compete. Yeah, try and lighten up. Just keep boxing. That'll get you shredded. Bit of running on top. I still spar, but I don't compete anymore. Well, I am trying to get more subscribers. I think this is the first time I've had 100 concurrent watches, so thank you very much. Thank you for your time. But 1,000 subscribers for Christmas, that's what I want. So give us a subscription, have a lovely time doing it, enjoy all my videos. Try and do lots of regular live streams. And yeah, I'm happy to help. I'm also happy, add me on the Jab Lab. Add me on Instagram. I'm happy to critique and coach you personally on there, you know, through messages and whatnot. I don't mind doing all that stuff. But yeah, do drop a subscribe if you want to. Do you keep your hands down because you've been doing it a while? Yes. Yeah, I am always have been a huge fan of footwork and head movement. Never super good at it, but my hands are lower. I like to be able to see. I don't like this. Sometimes I'll do this for a trap and let people hit and then counter. But I like to be hands down, kind of seeing what's going on, head movement, shoulder defense, forearms, footwork. It's just this kind of style that has amalgamated over years. So. And I still don't know what I'm doing, but yeah. He's not getting any of the presents, so please subscribe. That's true. I don't believe in presents. These were £400. I think they're way more expensive than that now. If you can find them, be careful when shopping for winning gloves, because lots of people will rip you off. So many fakes out there. You need to find out. So if you're in the UK, Kazuji, thank you for the sub, kazuji.co.uk. That is the only official online supplier of winning gloves, but you just can't get them anywhere. They make very few gloves. Most of their gloves go straight to the pros, but even their coaching equipment, it's amazing. It's amazing stuff, the few bits I've got. Their coaching equipment goes, and it's all hideously expensive. It's worth it. These are unbelievable, well worth the price. Boxing hand grenades disappeared. Someone is borrowing them for the minute because they've got a bare knuckle fight coming up this Friday. So I've let them borrow them to give them a whirl, see what they think. But yeah, they're great. Unfortunately, yeah, they are not here, so I can't bring them out. My day so far is good. Can't complain. Best job in the world. Apart from I'm going to go home and do admin. How about you? Big Lewis. Bang! Bang! How are we going on, Malachi? How's your day going? What have you been up to? I want a pair, release their bag mitts next. What, winning? Or boxing hand grenade? Double jab overhand, I can do that for you. As usual. Always an overhanding. Jab, cross, hook overhand. Or no, jab, cross. That's your big one, isn't it? Okay. Or if you want to be super fancy and technical, which I know you do, Malachi. Overhand left. My day's good, excellent. Yeah, thank you. Oh wow, their bag gloves, Reese-Kins, are supposed to be excellent with that different thumb position. As in they're proper bag gloves, not their 16 ounces. They're little mitts. But what do you want? What do you want, guys? Ask me a question. Let me help you out. It's good if they're doing this with that double jab overhand and you can get the timing right, because you don't want it to be... It's good because you can get top of the head, but also your top of the head, it's English, head. This should distract him enough for that. You want to, let's talk about traps, right? This is for you, Malachi. This is for you. Double jab, cross. Double jab, cross. Double jab, over and left. There. Thank me later. That's what the video going on, gone, showing 6 times. Yeah, there's a big old, I saw a while ago, pretty much straight after the fight, someone saying, well, his fingers are open there, fingers are open there, fingers are open there. And I believe he's still going for treatment now. He's got damage to, something syndrome, Brown's syndrome, is that it? Which is like damage to some part of the eye, so when it moves it hurts. And potentially still got double vision. So he's done him proper, like a proper injury. How do you, yeah, it's hard, it's hard. I'm going to assume that you can swim. Swimming. Bend the arm. And now, if that makes sense to you straight away, swim it into the bag, right? Still make sure you're hitting with the big knuckle. So I have thumb down and hit here. If that's enough for you, that makes it feel more natural. Leave it at that, don't overthink it. Swim in. But the other side of it, if that still isn't working, right shoulder, down. Right shoulder, down and away. Okay? Okay. They're the two main teaching points. But it's an awkward punch. It is. Name me a person that's ever done that. Triple G and that's it. Okay. John Jones even called it gun. Yeah, John, yeah, exactly. Browns, yeah. Excellent. And some 10-ounce gloves. Yeah, be careful if you're not used to... I mean, you use smaller gloves anyway, don't you? But do be careful with small gloves on the bag to start with. Be prepared for a bruising of the knuckles. Yes. Great bit of kit. What else do we want today? What do we need? Night vision sunglasses will help you. Nice Christmas present, they'll do. Are you going to box in the dark on your heavy bag? What do you do for wrist conditioning? After going too hard. Do you use wraps? I use wraps, especially I moved away from wraps for years and years and years and years, never really needed them. Got this bag. This bag is stuffed with rubber and it's 100 kilos. Don't know how long we've been on the chat, but hard. As soon as I started using this, started janking up my wrists and just feeling, especially this one, feeling like there was a little niggle. It's gone now. Put wraps back on, went back to big gloves, 16-ounce gloves. Oh, handsome Matt pulling up outside. Went back to big gloves and wraps, let it recover, and now small gloves and wraps, so I'm just going back to wraps on this one. But punching technique and conditioning is also huge. You need to make sure that you are punching with the correct knuckles in the correct wrist alignment and all that, which is something your coach can or should be able to help you with. So yeah, it's things like that. And then the other side of it is, don't worry about smashing the bag as hard as possible. Again, if you watch a lot of really good pros on the bag, they're just kind of going bang. Mainly working deliberate things. You won't see a decent boxer just hitting a bag unless it's for fun. So yeah, be comfortable going slower and softer, which loads of people are not. Yeah, I thought 10 ounces was big for you. Yeah, I mean, things like that, you don't necessarily need it. The sport will give you the conditioning that you need over time. But there's a bit of extra, yeah, as long as you do it without injuring yourself. 3 to 11, fuck that. No need for a flash now. Can you do a Pac-Man combo? What? Jab, cross, hook. 1, 2, slip, 3, 2. Yes. Good. But yeah, pack it out really. Bang. Big hook on the end. Clean connection rather than going ham on the bag, yeah. Some footwork, yeah. I look like Mr. Beast, I get that every chat. I would happily box Mr. Beast and make him my bitch. Stepping in and out. Now I'm going to assume you're talking about the Ukrainian, Russian system stuff, which in my opinion is a myth. Yes, handsome Matthew. Look at you all civilianed up. You look better in your Jab Lab t-shirt.
I gotta come and say hello.
There he is, look! Handsome Matt!
God.
Woo!
How's it going? Any regulars?
Woo!
Any regulars?
He's Mr. Yeast. I am Mr. Yeast.
Mr. Yeast?
That's
Oh,
me.
Mr. Beast.
No, Mr. Yeast.
Mr. Yeast infection. Oh! Ow!
No, you have yeast infection.
It's not fair. Not when I'm in civilian clothing. It doesn't work like that.
I can do Muhammad Ali footwork.
G'day, handsome. Ah, Malachi. Malachi. How are you, buddy? How's that crazy car of yours? Good? Still razzing around all over the place? God, battered, tired. Not the pen.
He's been out drinking all weekend. Not that he drinks, but
Don't drink. Anyway, I will leave you to it. Enjoy.
bye, handsome Matthew. Oh, everyone say it, yeah.
Fucking grip on that.
Have a lovely day doing handsome Matt things.
Thank you.
He's so handsome. Oh, loads of comments going on about how dreamy you are. Thousands of them. Into the jab with weight behind it. Yes, I can. Oh, so you want... So Ali, right? You're on about stepping in with the jab like Ali. Because he's got a bizarre style, right? With all the shuffle stuff. Okay. One of the few boxes that you'll see where when he's under pressure, hands down, pivoting off, changing angles, making a miss. His whole game plan, a lot of the time, was to get people overextending on their punch, so when they're leaning and lunging over the front leg, he can hit them. So, part of his jabbing thing, as he's moving, okay, just flicking them out as the left foot hits the floor. So we're here, okay, light on the toes so that at any moment you can come back, okay? Okay. But one thing he used to do, which wasn't necessarily a step in and out, was that he'd be at the same range here, so right on the end of the jab range, just flicking them in, with a bit of thump like that. Okay. If he was slightly too far away, which I am now, he would karate kick his leg back, bang, and go back here. Okay. That meaning that anytime anyone tries to counter, he's back into his stance, cut, really far away, and they miss. Okay? Thus making them lunge or rush forward, where he'd then, hands down, step on his feet, bang! Overhand right. Well, I mean, it wasn't really an overhand right, it was a looping cross as he drops the left shoulder right on the button. So his step in, per se, wasn't really a step in. He was just so far away, and he kicked that leg out. But if you want more traditional stuff, so we're here, okay, all you've got to do is practice both feet in, both feet out, which nobody does. This is what everybody does, even when in range. I'm in range, do not need to move. And you'll shorten your punches because you don't practice footwork, because this is too exciting. I've got a whole shadow boxing footwork system for you on my videos that you need to watch. However, it starts with basic fucking shit like that. I need to push off the back foot, land in a stance. I'm not just going to step in because that's what I want to practice. I'm going to use my feet. I'm not going to move my feet. I cannot hit with a jab. I will need to step in, have both feet behind it. Okay? So I'm here, I'm going to go whack. And now because I'm in a good position, I can do everything else straight away. I can defend, I can wrestle, I can grab, I can move, I can hit, do whatever I want. So I'm here. Okay. The other side of it is if I want to be a bit more fencer-esque, I'm in a good foot position to step back out. Tap. Both feet in, both feet out. Okay? Practice your boring stuff. Boring. Being a good boxer isn't about being sexy. The ultimate stinging jab. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So that's all to do with that jab being really annoying. And that's where that step in with both feet, turn the hip. And you're in. Lots of very good fighters use a lead right hand for then the whole boxing community. So never lead with the right hand. Ali, as you said. Roy Jones Jr., Mayweather. It's a great tool. How's your cross whipping simultaneously with body in motion? And it's sharp. Travelling somehow. From the leg. I mean, it sounds mundane, but I guess just keep practicing. Yeah, and don't let your... Again, everyone gets excited with this and go, bang, and smashing it. When you don't need to, you've just got to go. Okay, that is hard enough to stop someone. Okay? I don't know if you've ever knocked anyone else, but most of the time when you knock people out, it's not when you're hitting them hard, it's when you least expect it. You just kind of go, bang, down they go, oh shit. And it's because you're relaxed. Whereas all your hard punches, you're going, and the brain, there you can see it coming. So you want to get that down, just a standard jab cross without stepping in, without moving your feet. Okay, twisting the hip, pushing through the floor, hand position in the right position, back, okay. Again, over time, start bringing the snap in a bit more. So this is like mundane practice for technique's sake. Okay, then start bringing in a bit of that. Okay, and again, and again. Okay, then start stepping away from the bag. I cannot reach. I'm going to left hand, left foot. I'm going to right hand, right foot. Into my stance. Okay, left and left, right and right. And then at speed, at a workable speed. It's where you'll catch loads of people out because they think you're too far away. Nobody steps in from here. So they all step in from really close. So we're here, okay, here, and then to make it more, okay, just increase the speed. Get rid of the tension, get rid of the anxiety, increase the speed. So I'm here, okay, get another one in there for a laugh. Again. Okay, so I'm keeping the original, although there's more movement in the feet, and keeping that original whip. I love big women. Double the jab up. Can do, yeah. Are you Chinese? I'm not Chinese. Charlie Kirk? Who, me? So I could double jab it. I could go, so left, right. Okay. Or left, right. I'm talking about feet. I wouldn't really go too methodical with the footwork behind a double jab because I just feel it. Again, I practice it enough. I would to start. Okay. I've trained enough now to not sacrifice my stance. Morning, how are we? Today's topic so far is fisting. See you later, Malachi. Have a good one. I will have to go in a bit. Do give us a subscribe. And let me know how I can help you. Okay, you mean the water bags or an uppercut bag? We've got one over there. An uppercut bag, not a water bag. Not a huge fan of the water bag. They're cool, they're alright, but I find sometimes, I don't know, they kind of snag at your wrist a bit funny. And yeah, I got a big round one. Can you teach me any combo? Yes, I can. I got that one over there, which is a absolute beast of a bag. Right, any combo. Shall I teach you the best combo in the world? It's two really. Jab, cross, hook. Right. Hat, hat, hat. What does everyone do to get it wrong? Normally step in, and I've split my stance. You hear that? Seagulls having a rave. Shut up! Again. So here, jab, cross. What I did then. Jab, cross, hook. What else do people get wrong? They don't use their body. Again. My arms probably weigh half a kilo at best, even with a pump on. But my body weighs 9,000 kilos, so I'm going to get 9,000 kilos behind my punches. I'm going to go jab, I'm going to push my cross in, which also creates more movement in my left hook. If I rip my weight into my back foot again, after that cross, I'm already doing the movement that a hook is. Okay? You do not need to pivot on this foot. That is for losers and little sissy, losery little sissies. So we're going bang, bang, rip it back. All I need to do is stick the arm out. Okay? This is to learn it. You can disguise that later on. So I'm going to go jab, cross, okay? Thinking of balance. Balance, balance, balance. Jab, cross, okay? Jab, cross, okay? And then over time, I'm just keeping the discipline. I don't want to get so excited that I start just going, keeping the discipline. I'm going cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, which is also wiggle rock you, okay? And then with a bit more violence and a bit more gusto. Okay, and again. And again. Okay, best combo in the world. There's a combo I've just taught you. Seagull sat nav a bit off here a little bit. George Foreman, the weight into it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're creating the space with the cross. I don't know where that came. I used to teach it back before I knew. I used to teach that, and I used to try and do it myself. But then you watch. I did a thing in my training career where I listened to my coaches, not less. I started cross-referencing and somewhat coach myself on top of what they were coaching me. So I'd watch what people do in fights, and nobody ever has gone jab, cross, big hook knockout. It's always flat-footed. So then I thought, well, I'm going to try that, and bosh, way more power, way more power. Plus, if I miss, I don't fall over, don't spin around. It makes a massive difference. Again, your coaches are great, coaches are brilliant. You need coaches, you need gyms, you need coaches. But you can do 50% extra work by watching fights and taking notes. Everything anybody can ever teach you has already been documented on film over the last 100 years by people that are way better boxers than your coach and myself will ever be. Yeah, for a lead hook, no. So yeah, this is the thing. My lead hook's probably better than my set-up hook because it's crafty. So I'm here, okay, and there's no, and I don't need to pivot. I've just got to focus on. Sometimes I'll fight here and I can't fire a lead hook from here because the shoulders are bladed, fully bladed. I can do a looping lead hook, which has some power, but I want hooks to hurt. So I'm here, I'm slightly more square, and I have room to rip my right shoulder back. I'm going to very slightly come onto the ball of my foot with my right or my rear foot. Okay, I'm here, and I'm going to go small dip, rip. Okay, that's as much space as you need for power. That is it. You can knock people out from anywhere. Okay, so I'm here, and again. And you get some mad power into the body. Okay? You get a lot of body shot knockouts from that kind of thing. You don't need that pivot on the front foot ever. Very nice hook is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. It's right up there with seeing Jesus. Okay? What else? Yeah, how to get power from there. Okay? Used to go on the bag, head forward on the bag, and just swing to start with. So I've got the bare minimum space to work, and try and make those shots hard enough, right? Hard enough. Come here. Right? Then I'll start adding a little bit more spice to them. Punching through the target was retracting your punches. Yeah, always punch through. Unless you're setting something up. But yeah, the shots you want to hurt them, always punch through. So this is where we're going to punch through now. Obviously here, this is arm. Okay? Nothing going on. I just wanted my arms to have enough penetration on them as they are. Now I'm going to start stabbing the hip. I'm going to attach the elbow at the hip, and I'm going to go, okay. Okay, and people think you're mad when you go in here. The other side of my dirty inside fighting that I like to do is I hit people hard from there. And they don't know what's happening. They don't know why or how you can get so much power from that. They will literally be here, right? Always wide open. And then I'll be here. Sometimes I'll be holding their gloves. Sometimes I'll be matching them. And underneath. Okay? If you want to be really mean, you mix them up. Again, big power from there. Bring your head away from the bag. Every time you hit people and it connects enough to the body, they do this. Head's right there. Same on the other side. Move your head away from the bag. So you can get some devastating power from an inch. I can show you a combo. Broken ribs, fight is over. Boom! I broke ribs before, I'll break them again. Here's a combo for you. And again. The most important part of that combo is the pivot out after. Punches are just fluff, man. How would you break down where Tyson got his power from? Are we... Mike, I'm assuming. Look at Mike Tyson, he was built to punch. Even as a teenage boy, he was fully stacked. Massive chest, big thick neck, big arms, big back. That boy's built to punch naturally. He's always, big legs, big arse. He's always going to have punching power. Always. He is built to punch. Yeah, he's a bit taller than that, I think, wasn't he? Been like 5'10". But some people are lucky like that, they just have that thing. He's going to have big old bones, big old knuckles, surrounded in muscle. Right? So he could not train punching power and still hit you really, really, really hard. But the main thing that made his power so deadly, for a small man in the weight class, what's up, how are we? His jab timing was impeccable. He always knew when to jab and when to come in. His jab defense was great, his jab timing was impeccable. I don't like the peekaboo style. I think it's very much a Mike Tyson thing. There's nobody else who really made it as devastating as him. But it worked for him because he's super fast. He loved lightweights, you know, he loved the way they move, and he was against bigger blokes who were slower and punching down. But his ability to read their jabs and out-jab them, that's the secret of Mike Tyson. Don't worry about his punch power, worry about how he sets up the punch. That's proper boxing. But yeah, he had incredible jab defense, incredible. Tiny for a heavyweight, yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it's so difficult to do and so hard to master that it's not that it's bad, because look at the fucking devastation it caused. But I don't think there's anybody who can. I think your more traditional boxing stuff, outside of Tyson, and there's one guy whose name I can't remember. I think outside of that, your traditional is much better, and you're also much more versatile. Let's not forget that Mike Tyson did not beat anybody in the top 10. I'll let that sit with you. Who did he beat? I mean, unbelievable what he's done for boxing, unbelievable boxer. But when he came up against the best of the weight class, he crumbled every time. Yeah, figured out, I think boxers gave less of a shit about his aura. And then I think if he had great coaching and guidance, because that's what he needed for his whole career, I think we'd be talking about him as the best ever. I think he would have been the best ever. I think he would have surpassed Ali and everything. I think he would have stayed devastating for his whole career. Maybe a couple of losses against big people when he was older, but I think he would have been the best ever. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. You know, partying, drugs, Don King, arsehole surrounded by him. Figured out no one gave a shit about his presence in aura anymore, and just went in there and bullied him, and he didn't like it. Which is a shame. It's a shame. Also left the career poor as fuck, which is also a shame. I am a boxer, yes. Yeah, his neck was unbelievable. Unbelievable. But again, it didn't, I mean, abuse as well, but everything goes on. Neck muscle will help you. Obviously, will help you reduce the amount of concussion. Do you know what helped you more than having a big fat neck? Having unbelievable defense. Having great defense. Your muscles and the size of you and your strength work is so minimal in terms of your boxing that you really don't need to worry about it. You should do a bit. Buster Douglas fucked him up. He did have an impeccable lisp. I don't drink now. The neck was for intimidation more than protection. Absolutely, man. No, it's a 19 count. You were right the first time. But yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. I don't even think. I mean, I love Ali, and I do like Tyson. But I think Lennox Lewis is better than both, and I think Foreman is better than both. Ooh. Alright then, let's take the wraps off. No, absolutely not. That is a fast track way to dementia. CTE. I've been drunk once this year. And that's it. What do you think about Foreman's cross block? Love it. Love it. Lennox Lewis did know when to learn. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Who's your idol growing up as a boxer? I like Lennox Lewis, to be fair. But as a boxer, who's the first boxer that really... Ali, Foreman. I think it was Ali, Foreman and Lennox, really. I liked... My favourite thing from what I remember watching Tyson, unfortunately, was him getting absolutely pasted by Lennox Lewis. It wasn't until I kind of got older and did more, boxing research, watching, deep diving and all that stuff that I kind of appreciated his style more. I think it's probably because my mother hated Mike Tyson. She hates boxing anyway, she hates violence, but she thought that he was an abhorrent gentleman, which he was, So yeah. And cross-blocking is brilliant. My gym is in Kidderminster in the UK. It's between Birmingham and Worcester. Cross-block is excellent. I did every month in the gym, we choose a pro, do their breakdown. We did Foreman's a while ago now, and we looked all about the cross-block and the mummy guard and all that kind of stuff. He's just a mean boxer. Very, very mean. Yeah, I think Lennox Lewis is still kind of underrated. I don't know why. Strange. Because he was amazing. Avenged his loss. Tom Morrison's a bad man as well. Whoa. I watched Tom Morrison, Ray Mercer the other day. It popped up on my feed and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that fight, and went back and watched it. Ray Mercer was a bad man. But yeah, Tommy Morrison, man, what a beast. What about you lot? Who were your boxing idols when you were growing up? Holyfield. Yes, Holyfield was terrifying. He was my coach's favourite heavyweight boxer. Yeah, he's a mean mustachioed gentleman. Whoopah! Lewis, Tyson, yeah. Prince Nassim, yes, absolutely. No, don't judge Prince Nassim. He's amazing. Another unsung hero, I reckon. Prince Nassim, man. Again, another thing, people don't do this when you box. Don't lead with right hands. Keep your feet on the floor. Keep your hands high. Prince Nassim. Calzaghe, amazing as well. Anthony Joshua. Yeah. Japanese guy, Inoue. Yeah. Are you on about Inoue? Because he's my current favourite. Anthony Joshua was a powerhouse. He was never a great boxer, but he had some great fights. Lomachenko, amazing. Again, even Lomachenko, I think, underrated. Fought everybody, amazing skill. Crazy. Ricky Hatton, incredible, great pressure fighter. I think the best pressure fighter outside of Roberto Duran. Fight me, what are you going to do about that? Morrison and Razor Ruddock. Can't remember it, I have to check it out. All of them. Yeah, anyways, a monster. Larry Holmes and Sonny Liston, yes. Yeah. Sonny Liston's jab was something special. Anybody else? Ricky Hatton, yeah. And his diet, yeah. Yeah. Wasn't it Gordon Ramsay followed him for a day? He was like, what the fuck? And you're a special person when you take, how many fans? 10,000, 20,000 fans to Vegas or whatever it was, something ridiculous. Usyk, yeah. So this month we're doing a breakdown of Usyk. That is this month's fighter. Last month it was Ricky Hatton. In honour of Ricky Hatton. But yeah, Usyk is... The problem is, again, what we were going on about much earlier in the chat, and we don't have like a social gravitational pull anymore. It should be Usyk. Everyone should be banging on about Usyk and, oh my God, look at this, look at that, look how brilliant he is, look at this career he's had. Jake Paul. Too many boxers. Our attention is too spread for knobheads like me talking to you like I'm distracting you from the good stuff. First time we fought Sugar Ray. Who are we on about? I've missed the comment maybe, or I've forgotten. Yeah, Ricky, yeah. You can beat me. Oh, well, how long have you been boxing for? Roberto Duran. Yeah. Incredible fight. Yeah. I mean, that era in general, just the fact that all these unbelievable, like it should be now, all these unbelievable guys were happy to fight anybody and take losses and be like, yeah, which it seems to be coming back. He had that at lightweight for a little bit. Devin Haney wanted to fight everybody. Lomachenko wanted to fight everybody. Teofimo will fight anybody. Yeah. Soviet style, unfortunately, is very easy to figure out. We can watch them again. Yeah. The thing is, there you go. I'm from Worcester in England. Well, Kidderminster. Ricky Hatton unfortunately killed himself. So check on your mates. Make sure they're all right. We had last month. All training was free here because of shit like that, man. We did a men's mental health awareness thing, so everybody could come in free and just train. And we had quite a few people come in, which was good. So the Soviet style. This is why it's a myth. Okay. Okay, you probably can't do it that well. But the problem with that is that you can only attack on the front foot. So a good counter fighter is going to sit, watch, block, counter. Okay? Half of the time you're in the air, so you can't adjust. Half the time you're bouncing forward, half the time you're backward. That's not the reason that it's a myth, that's the reason why it's a bit shit. How are we, sir? Yeah. And it's very easy to figure out. The reason it's a myth is because you have Bivol doing it on the bag. Okay? And then he goes into the ring and he goes... Doesn't even do it in a fight. Doesn't even do it in a fight. So that's why Soviet style is a bit poo. Think about James Braddock in his prime. James Braddock. Don't know. Probably should. Can't know them all. But again, say it every chat. If people do want to come and the Cinderella Man, yes. Yeah, I don't know enough. When people do want to fight, spar, it's not fighting. 3 years, okay. Yeah, okay. So you're in your Dunning-Kruger phase right now, where you think that you're at a level because you have done it for such a short amount of time. This is everybody that goes through this as well. So this isn't me picking on you. You think you're at a level that you're not. So you're full of confidence, but you know not much. And as you get better, your confidence will drop to a normal level. You'll realise you don't know much, but you'll be getting better, and then you'll even off at the end. You can fight. You can come in here and you can spar me anytime you want, but my guess is that you are not in this country, and you're probably 14. Better BF's a monster as well. Just makes people melt in front of him. I've been boxing for 22 years, so odds are my experience will probably trump your enthusiasm. Haha, here we go. Yeah, usual shit. Kinnaman's on 30 mins from you. If the body would let me enjoy a session. Hey, anytime, come in. 30 mins, so you'll be like Worcestery, potentially Worcester or somewhere else. But yeah, if you ever fancy it, come on in. You can try a class out for free, a joint class, or again, if you message me on Instagram, you'll see that logo, the Jab Lab. Add me on Instagram, and if you're ever around, let me know. And I teach people of all abilities, and people who can move, people who can't move, people who are injured, people who aren't injured, people who want to fight, people who don't want to fight. I work with everybody and anybody. Who wins? Conor Ben, Ryan Garcia. Out. Conor Ben looked good in his last fight against an absolutely destroyed Eubank, destroyed from round one. And for a man who used to have incredible violent punching power, he kind of didn't really have that because he's off the drugs. And he was using a jab more, which is great. His boxing is getting better. He's now sitting behind a jab. Ryan Garcia has been sitting behind a jab for 20 odd years. He'd piece him up. He's too fast. I'd love him to knock out Ryan Garcia. Don't get me wrong, Ryan Garcia is a pleb. But I am 37 in January. So yeah, I think Ben gets destroyed by Ryan Garcia. I think anyone Ben calls out who's in the upper tier of fighters, he's going to get destroyed. But I also think are there different weight classes, or does Ben want to go up to lightweight? The jab. I wish. I had 10 boxing fights. Yeah, and his hook is fast, but he is vulnerable when he punches, Ryan Garcia. I had 10 boxing fights. I had countless kickboxing fights. I was an amateur kickboxer for England for a little bit. I don't know how many kickboxing fights. Because we used to do full contact, light contact, like the point sparring stuff, which I was terrible at, and continuous contact. Anybody who knows open mat kickboxing will know all that stuff, but I also used to do kickboxing in the ring as well. And this is my gym, yeah. This is my gym, I run it, I own it. We opened January this year. We're closed at the minute. I say closed, only for the day. Ooh, look at that hair. Look, do you want the tour? Here's the tour, look. There's the big sack that you've just seen. There's the logo. And there's a corner bag. There's another big sack. There's the uppercut bag. There's my little pads and my big water and lost property. There's the speedball that's broken. And there's the ring. Toilet and stuff's through there. And mats and such. My shoes. Thank you. Gay! Gay! Yeah, it's cool. Cool for our plans to move on and expand and all that as we go, as the memberships increase and all that. But it's a cool little space, very gloomy and atmospheric. So it's all membership based. For a membership, it's £45 a month, but you get access to every class. It's a 12-foot ring, so you can't run away from anybody. It's cool. You can still find space in it if you know what you're doing. £45 a month, 12 classes a week. You're right, mate. 12 classes a week. Don't have weights, don't need weights. Since January this year. How busy? Yeah. You've got about 50 minutes or so. Yeah, just Oh, nice. Yeah.
Give around the area, you see.
Yeah, okay.
Look. I think around these. I was training at east side, but what big lads you got?
We don't have that many big lads. I think it's probably 80, 85.
Who's that?
That's pretty, yeah.
You doing well then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Okay.
Nice to be standing in the middle of the fucking
To be honest, man, I thought it sounds awesome to be professional. To be honest, you know, we can't have to advice in there.
Yeah. But yeah, I do want to work as well.
Yeah.
Classes.
Banks on. I struggle with the banks, it's almost too low, and
This one's rock out.
What's the charge?
45 for the month.
Yeah.
Open training is so classes 6 a.m. 6 p.m.
Okay.
And open training I'm in until half 10.
Yeah. Okay. Tell you what, I'm just driving past, I'm just going to get some food, but I'll pop in another time. Nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you, James.
Sean,
Take it easy, Sean. Kicking that. Can I pound you 45? You can, absolutely. You can pound me 45 times a month. I do the sparring and all that on the Friday, so yeah. This is, if you put the Jab Lab into Google Maps, you're either going to come up with a aesthetics place in California or this place in Kidderminster. So yeah, for you, where did you say? West London, probably about 2.5 hours. No weights, if AJ comes to train. No, AJ needs fucking footwork, that's what he needs. Like a pounding. Yeah, my one-to-ones are priced differently, my one-to-ones are more expensive. See. I do one-to-ones throughout the day. What was it? I think last week I did 38 one-to-ones. He does need footwork, he needs to stop curling for the girls and he needs to start footworking for the boys. Foot jobs. So yeah, that's me. I have to go do my errands and scratch my eyeball. It happens. It happens. I think he slept on Ruiz and Ruiz slept him. Happens to the best of us. He just hasn't been able to. I think it takes a very strong, at that level, a very, very strong person to come back and then be the same again. And he just doesn't quite have that, that grit, that bit of dirt, which is, he's not complaining. He's heavyweight world champion and he's massively rich. So take it easy. Thank you for the sub. Please do sub if you enjoyed it. Don't worry if not, but we're going to try and get to 1,000 people by Christmas. Have a good day. See you later.